Okay guys, just going to walk through question 3 now. This is one of the trickier ones because the ratio is not exactly pleasant because it's a 2 to 3 ratio. But again, we use exactly the same skills as we have done so far. So it says here we've got 3 moles of iron and 3 moles of chlorine, and they react in a 2 to 3 ratio. So again, I'm just going to transfer the numbers where I need them. So if Fe reacts fully, that's 3 moles. And if all of that reacts fully, put it there. And then once I've done that, I just have to go through the ratios to work out how much of the other chemical I'll actually need. So going this way now, you can clearly see 3 moles, 2 to 3 ratio. So the easiest way, divide by 2 times by 3. Okay, so if I do 3 divided by 2 is 1.5, times that by 3, you end up with 4.5 moles. Okay, and this way 3 moles going backwards, so the ratio is 3 to 2, so you're reading it backwards effectively, 3 to 2. All right, so again, the easiest thing to do going backwards would be to divide by 3 and then times by 2 going that way. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, times 2 is 2. Step back, applaud yourself for a job well done, and then see which of these two will happen. So 3 moles of this needs 4.5 moles of this. Do I have 4.5 moles? No, I don't, so I know that's not going to happen. So this bottom one must happen. So 3 minus 2 is 1. 3 minus 3 is 0. So what is my limiting reagent? It's the thing that has ran out, i.e. there's 0 left of it. And this is what is in excess. So I've got some left over. Right, now I've identified my limiting reagent, which is that chemical there. I need to look at the ratio of that to its product. And there might be more than one product, as there are in later questions. You do exactly the same thing, you just do this step twice. You do it for both of the products that are formed. So it's a 3 to 2 ratio. So again, divide by 3 times by 2. So 3 divided by 3 times by 2 should give us 2 moles of product. Okay, so I'm about to clear the board, have a go at question 3b, and then click on play to resume the rest of this video. Okay folks, so I've set up question 3b now, where we have got 12 moles of iron and 15 moles of chlorine, and I've put them in the relevant places on this little working out section. So 2 to 3 ratio, again, divide by 2 times by 3. So 12 divided by 2 is 6, times by 3 is 18. And again, just by looking, we need 18 moles of this thing. Do we actually have that? No, we don't. So we know that this cannot happen, which means this must happen. So let's work our way backwards then from 15. 15 moles, 3 to 2 ratio, so divide by 3 times by 2 in that order. 15 divided by 3 is 5, times 2 is 10. So do I have at least 10 moles? Yes, I do. So I can cross out that first option as we figured out. And then, same thing again. What have I actually got left over? 12 minus 10 is 2. 15 minus 15 is 0. So my limiting reagent is this one. And this is the thing that's in excess. So once I've found my limiting reagent, I'm going to circle it, and it is in a 3 to 2 ratio, just like question 3a. So I'm going to divide by 3 times by 2. So 15 moles of this has reacted. How much of this will I get? Divide by 3 times by 2. You should get, so 15 divided by 3 is 5, times 2 is 10 moles. Okay, so again, pause the video, I'll clear the board and have a go at question 3c. Okay guys, final one, question 3c. This time we've got 20 moles of Fe, 40 moles of Cl2. So if all of this to react, how much of this will I need? And if all of this was to react, how much of this will I need? So I can do those calculations now using the ratio. So 20 moles, 2 to 3. So again, divide by 2 times by 3. 20 divided by 2 is 10, times 3 is 30. And you might be really confident now thinking, hang on a minute, I need 30 moles of this. Do I have 30? Yes, I do. So this must be the one that happens. But let's try and prove that the other one doesn't. So 40 moles divided by 3 times by 2. Right, might need my calculator for this to make sure I don't make a mistake. Times by 2, you end up with 26.7. Do I have 26.7 moles of this? No, I do not. So I'm going to cross it out. So 20 minus 20 is 0. 40 minus 30 is 10. So that's in excess because I've got some left over. And this is limiting. Okay. So I'm going to circle my limiting reagent again and find out the ratio to the product. So what is the ratio of this to this? It's 2 to 2, which is 1 to 1. So 2 moles of this produces 2 moles of this. So 20 moles of this will produce 20 moles of that. So again, hopefully you can feel yourself getting much more confident with these calculations. There's still quite a few to have a go on next. If there is more than one product on this side, it just means you have to, like I've said before, you have to basically work out the number of moles of each of those things formed. So again, use your limiting reagent, look at the ratio, and then write down the number of moles. All right, I'll produce a mark scheme to the other ones later on as well. All right, enjoy.